What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and today I'm here to bring you the best tech items under $50, $25, and in some cases around $10 for the winter season. So with the holidays coming up and Black Friday, these are items that I think are incredible values and can make great gifts, as well as ones that go on sale quite often through coupons and price changes that I've noticed recently. I do use Honey to kind of monitor the prices of certain things. This video is not sponsored by them, but I believe these are items that are just really good for their price point, and a lot of times in tech, the price of items range from the low end all the way to the very high end, and there's almost like a diminishing return as to what type of performance you're going to get, as well as build quality once you get to a certain price point. So these items are definitely in the budget range, but I didn't just go ahead and pick the cheapest item as usual. I went ahead and picked a couple, and some of the items didn't make it through the video because I got them and they sucked. But I'm also going to give away a huge selection of these items to one of you guys, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and also leave a comment down below, and go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at justin.tse, and I'll pick a winner when this video hits 3,000 likes. I also have a ton of other videos planned in the different price ranges of cool tech, so make sure you have your post notifications on. But let's just go ahead and get started with the first item. So the first item that I have right here is the Aukey True Wireless Earbuds, and this right here at the time of the video starts at a price of $21, and that is thanks to a 30% off coupon. So a lot of these items do go on sale sporadically, so this is one to definitely monitor, and I have to say there's a few different characteristics beyond the build quality that I think make it very worth it for the price point, and something that you just can't go wrong with. So starting out with the build quality, you take a look at this. It has a case that actually snaps quite nicely, and a thing that I notice with a lot of cheap earbuds is that the case just feels like it's gonna fall apart. But in this case, it is very solid. It has a nice magnet to it, and I also noticed that taking out the earbuds one by one, you do feel like there's a bit of a magnetic attachment that is able to hold them in place so the earbuds don't fall out. Of course, with any truly wireless set, this is gonna be something you're gonna listen to music to and podcasts, so it's gotta be good, and I have to say the sound quality for $21 is something that I'm pretty impressed with. It's obviously not gonna beat something like the AirPods or the Samsung Galaxy Buds and some of the more expensive options in the hundreds in the market, but for 20 bucks, the connectivity was good because of Bluetooth 5. The battery life can get around 4 to 5 hours, and it advertises 5. And you can also get additional charges through the case, which gives you up to 24 hours of usage. They actually fit really nicely in the ear as well and are super comfortable and relatively light, but they're definitely not the smallest pair out there. It also has a set of sensors, so as soon as you put it in your ear, it knows. The only other kind of nitpicky thing that I have about it is that it uses micro USB instead of USB Type-C, and there isn't any charging indicator on the outside. You kind of have to take a look at the earbuds themselves, but I don't really think it's a huge deal for this price. So the next item that I have here is $22, and it is definitely not new by any means. I've seen this around for quite a while, but in the past I thought Logitech was the one that was making it, but their model is actually $30. And from what I can see and from my testing, this right here is exactly the same for a much lower price. And what it is that it's able to turn any pair of speakers that has 3.5 or RCA into a Bluetooth speaker. All you gotta do is plug it into power. It does require its own power source, of course, and plug it into 3.5, and it is actually its own Bluetooth thing, so you hold this for a few seconds to pair it. You can take a look at it on your phone and connect to that, and you can now stream your music to a pair of speakers that aren't traditionally used as wireless. So for example, I've got a pair of Audioengine A2 Plus, which are great speakers, and I've had them for about 5 to 6 years now, and they have made a model that is Bluetooth compatible. But it just doesn't make any sense to go ahead and purchase a brand new pair of speakers just to have the Bluetooth abilities. So I can plug this in and connect my phone to that and play music to a great sounding set of desktop computer speakers with just a $22 accessory. So the next item that I think is a great holiday gift is the Google Chromecast. And it is actually available in a few different pastel colors that I think looks pretty good, but honestly, it's gonna be hiding behind your TV, so it doesn't really matter. And I feel like Google makes some of the best holiday gifts each year, whether it is like the Google Home, the small models that they were giving away with everything. And in this case, an item that is $50 and allows you to access a whole bunch of content through streaming platforms and also from your smartphone. So this year's Google Chromecast has 4K HDR support, it plugs in via HDMI, and also has USB Type-C on the bottom for power. But what I also like is that this year's model of the Chromecast also comes with a dedicated remote. So you don't have to rely on your smartphone to fiddle with everything. It is really small and compact, and you have all of your buttons to control your different features, Google Assistant, your volume control, and also YouTube and Netflix, which in my case is pretty much all I use. There's also a few other buttons for like source and also the power. What I like is that even though this remote comes in a system that is relatively affordable, it feels like it is pretty good quality. It doesn't have any like parts that click around. It feels pretty solid. It isn't anything special, but I think it is a great value add. Even though this is able to access all your streaming platforms, that is not something that a lot of people need nowadays if you have a relatively new TV, because a lot of TVs already have something built in to access Netflix and YouTube and all that. But what I do like about the Chromecast platform is that I'm able to stream from my phone over to this and be able to watch like YouTube very easily, because a lot of times I'll start watching a YouTube video on my phone and I just want to be able to transition it over to my large TV. The only slight drawback for some is that it does not have Ethernet support, so depending on the reliability of your network, you may have a few stutters here and there, or if you're controlling it from your phone, it might take a few extra seconds. You can also control your Google Home and Nest systems from the Google Chromecast itself, which is all part of like that ecosystem. And I think even for people who have existing smart home systems, personally I hate using the Samsung dashboard. It just doesn't work that well. And even though it is a relatively new TV, I do have a Chromecast plugged into mine because I just find that to be far more reliable and just a better experience overall. So before we move on to the next product, I want to give a huge thanks to the sponsor of this video, Manscaped, and their Lawnmower 3.0, as well as their Perfect Package 3.0. And some of the products on their site definitely do fit into the budget price range, including their nose hair trimmer. But this right here is their newest product, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I've had a lot of people ask me about it as well. And it is a body trimmer that is fully waterproof, and it also has a ceramic blade, so it doesn't pull and cut in areas that it shouldn't. The Perfect Package 3.0 is just like the best all-in-one below-the-waist grooming and hygiene kit. It has a 90-minute battery life and has a charging dock that is included, which charges via USB. It also has an LED light that is built in where the blade is, and that just makes things much easier. The Perfect Package 3.0 also comes with a Crop Preserver ball deodorant as well as a Crop Reviver ball toner. If you guys go ahead and buy the 3.0 package, for a limited time it also comes with 2 free gifts, including a nice travel case and a pair of boxers. In addition to that, if you guys go ahead and use my coupon code, you're gonna get 20% off as well as free international shipping. So make sure you use that link that is on screen, and I'm gonna drop a link at the top of the description below. And a huge thanks once again to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. As I mentioned, they also make a nose hair trimmer if you're looking for a gift under $50. Another sector in tech that has become much more affordable over the years is security cameras. And this right here is coming in at a price of $25, and it is called the Blink Mini. You can also get a set of 2 for $50, and in the past, security systems might be like hardwired or very expensive to the point where a lot of people kind of have to weigh whether or not they should invest in home security, because say you rent the place, you don't want to invest too much in a hardwire system, but having something like this at the price of $25, which is pretty much the price of some meals, it is able to keep your house protected from a lot of stuff that you obviously don't want stolen, or in the case that somebody breaks in, you're able to monitor it from anywhere. It gives you alerts whenever motion is detected, and you can also set like certain zones and everything. And I will say, even though I have tested like more expensive home security cameras out there, such as the Google line, this one is able to do everything quite decently, but it obviously isn't like an expert at any category. You can get better video quality, you can get better night vision, and the app might be better on more expensive and larger platforms. This right here works, and I think for $25, I have no complaints of it whatsoever, and it is also compatible with Amazon Alexa. So the next item right here is a great gaming headset that is really good in terms of sound quality, and it has all the fundamentals down, but it comes in at a price of $39.99. And this right here is the G432 from Logitech, and I think Logitech just makes really reliable stuff. I mean, at the price point, you can't expect the best build quality or like wireless functions, and it has a 50mm driver, leather ear cups, a lot of flexibility, and it doesn't look too ugly, which a lot of times for the price point of $39, you're not really gonna get the prettiest looking headset or setup out there. This is an advanced DTS headphone that has 7.1 surround sound, so if you're playing like a first-person shooter, you can really hear the dimensions and details of where people are coming from and everything. And honestly, like, I just think the flexibility is quite nice. The build quality is not the best. It is very plasticky, and you can hear things kind of click around, but as you probably see, it does fit on the ear quite nice. And you also do have the 6mm microphone that you can go ahead and put out of the way if you don't want to use it. And there is also a nice volume slider that is built into the headphone itself, so you don't have to go ahead and find where the controls are in the cord. But otherwise, I don't have that much to say about it, aside from the fact that I have quite a few sets of the G432, so the giveaway winner is definitely going to be receiving one of these as well. So the next product right here is the Anker wireless charging pad, and I've seen this at around $9.99 at its lowest point. It is currently around $13, which honestly isn't that bad at all, but it is actually able to charge your phone up to 10 watts. So if you've got like the iPhone caps off at 7.5 watts, which isn't very fast, whereas the Samsung Galaxies are able to charge at over 10 watts, but for the price of 10 bucks, this is a charger that feels very solid. It has like a nice soft grip to it. It has plenty of surface area, and it has a micro USB cable, which is quite thin. So nothing really much to say about it, but it does come in the color white, which blends into many desks nicely. And like, just look at it. It is built quite nicely, and I don't have much to say aside from the fact that if you've got a smartphone that has wireless charging, then this is something that you should definitely go ahead and buy, because you can never have enough charging pads around the house. So the next product is one that if you're really trying to improve your sleep and also wake up patterns, it's something that not many people have, at least from what I know. So this might make a great holiday gift as well, because it comes in at a price of just about $30, and aside from being like an alarm clock and showing the time on it and everything when you need it to, it also serves as a wake up and also sleep light, and it has like these warm colors that are able to automatically adjust based on some of the schedules that you set, and it also has soothing sounds that are built in. It has 20 levels of warm colors that are built in, and it'll gradually go from like dark to light and vice versa. In terms of controls, you can change like the brightness as well as the schedules, the volume. It also has FM radio that is built in, and you also have your snooze button on the top, and it also has 7 different soothing sounds to make you fall asleep easier and stuff like that. But honestly, the speaker for this price point is just so bad that I would probably just mute that entirely and use it as a light, because I feel like it's a really solid light, but the sounds just, I don't know, it's not a very calming experience that I would say. It also has a USB port that is built into the back to charge your phone, so that is kind of a nice plus. So the next product is one that arrived a little bit late, which is why it is getting slotted into this video, but it is an LED speaker that comes in at a price of under $30. The sound quality is decent. It is 10 watts. It can fill a small room, but not like power an entire place. But I also really like the LED lights. I think it has a cool effect, and it can really add to the mood. You can get anywhere from 8 to 16 hours of charge depending on how you use the lighting, and there's also a few ways to use it. You can have it in FM as well as SD card, 3.5mm headphone jack, or through Bluetooth, which is the way I use it. It also has a dual pairing function, which allows you to connect 2 of the speakers at the same time and have kind of like a stereo or surround experience. The sound quality is pretty good for its price, but obviously not going to be anything special, and I found the bass to be okay. If you really don't care about the light function, you could probably get a bit of a better sound quality out of an Anker speaker at the same price. So the next item is one that is not new by any means, but it's been on sale a lot lately, and it comes into the price point of $49 instead of $79. So this is like a really nice gift to give for anyone who's like moving out, and the Keurig system has a ton of different pods. It is super versatile, and it also comes in a few nice colors as well. It looks very similar to the Google Chromecast color actually, which is pretty cool. The reservoir for water only holds up to 12 ounces, which is kind of like 1 cup at a time, and you just go ahead and open it up, put your pod in there, push it down, press the button on top, and there really isn't any like settings or anything. It is just simple, it gets the job done, and if you want to make a coffee each morning for a much lower price than going to Starbucks like I usually do, and it's something that I need to stop, then for 50 bucks, this is like the perfect gift. I do like Nespresso systems a lot as well, and I think the Inicia is a good option for the entry-level price point, but with proprietary pods and all that, I feel like the Keurig system is just far more universal and affordable. Something that is always good in the budget range though is obviously a dbrand skin, and with a lot of phones coming out in the past couple months, as well as new consoles and everything, getting a dbrand skin and customizing it not only makes a great gift, but it also protects your new investment. And I think with the new iPhones having a flat back and everything, a dbrand skin really does fit nicely, and if you want to buy a case, they also have their grip case as well. But I personally think like a skin on like the Xbox or PS5 will look really good. So if you guys want to check them out, I'm also going to drop a link down below for that. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching this episode of Budget Tech, where I take a look at some of the items on Amazon that are relatively affordable and also often on sale that I've tested out and kind of gotten rid of the stuff that I thought were absolute crap. And so if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, and there's going to be more of these, and I'll see you guys in the next video.